I honestly believe that if more people who were going through, that type of pain had the right outlet or were able to talk to a therapist, just somebody who could at least ease some of that suffering, it would just create so much more light in their life.
I don't know how I'm gonna do.
Damn, you really get every angle, huh?
Hello? Say something real quick.
Hello? Can you hear me?
I think you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Is my voice really loud?
No, but it usually is.
Well, on that note, I am loud AF. It's Sunday morning, and I am not okay.
For like...
Guys.
A second.
Guys, I'm severely struggling right now. Okay, welcome to All Over the Place with Layne Fable. I'm extra all over the place today. We have a very special guest because she's one of my oldest friends. She knows more about me than I think I'd like to admit. And she's one of the coolest girls. She's literally the mayor. She knows everybody. Chances are, some random person listening to this, she knows someone you know. So today we have Caitlin Ivory on the podcast. I don't think I've ever called you by your full name.
I don't think anyone ever does.
So how are you?
Great.
Now that we started, because I literally had to play around with this for an hour and my headphones are still
I mean, I hear perfectly.
And that's all that matters because we aim to please here all over the place. So, first things first, how long have we known each other?
Wow.
Okay.
My freshman year.
Your freshman year of high school, which means it was my sophomore year. So I'm a year older, but actually we're the same age because you were old for your grade. I was super young for my grade. Not that that really matters, but I don't know. We've been close since the day we met, but I want to talk about
the day we met.
The day we met. So going back to
oh God,
high school. So the day we met.
Soccer.
I want to know your first impressions because we haven't talked about this in a while, and I think that first impressions are so interesting because 95% of the time they're wrong.
Yeah.
I would say majority.
I would say for the majority of girls, I feel
for
like
girls,
the first time you see another girl, I think it goes through everyone's head like, who is that bitch? And then you judge first.
And it's hard, as much as you want to not.
We all do it.
It's human nature to, like, have this first initial impression. Yeah. And then it's only the good people that get to know the other person and then figure out how they were wrong.
Right.
And decide how you're going to go forth from that first initial impression. Okay, so what was your first impression of me?
I was obviously younger. So first of all, going to soccer tryouts, any type of tryouts when you're younger.
Let's paint the picture.
It's before school starts. I feel like coming in as a freshman, especially going to try out for a sport, you're like, all right, I'm not gonna act like I'm the shit.
Yeah, you're not gonna be overly cocky.
You're gonna have to like tone it down and like
respect
know
your elders.
Know your role.
Well, I also have to preface this. Ives wasn't like a normal freshman. She, like I said, knew everyone. So like There was already a sense of Kate has always known who she is. There's never been a day where she tried to be somebody else. And I think that is also where the confidence came from when you were younger.
Oh, yeah, I think a lot of people go into their freshman year very timid and scared. But that's never who I was. I always I would say had a strong head on my shoulders. So if I didn't like you or if I didn't
care for you,
didn't think that just because, there was a lot of times where I felt like there were people in, our school who felt like they were somebody just because they were older. And I was always like, that's not going to get you anywhere in life,
Okay, wait. So was I like that? Keep going with the soccer.
No, I think when I came into soccer tryouts, that's like, first of all, that's a whole different bond that I don't think anyone really knows until you play a sport. You are soccer friends, and then you have your other friends
But you go through stuff.
But
with
your soccer
team.
friends are special in a way that like no one else can understand.
To. Yeah.
When I came to the tryouts, I was intimidated by you for sure because you have a strong personality, and you definitely were like, "Who are you?" to all of us freshmen. So
I have to say.
Well, I was like, oh, shit.
Well, that's the other thing, because we have such similar personalities. I've always been called intimidating until you get to know me.
Until you get to know you, but...
And it makes me, like, sad, because I think I come off as this, like, bubbly, happy person, and people are like, I was scared shitless of you for a little bit, and then I got to know you, and I'm like, what about my face is so intimidating?
I think...
Or is it the way I, like, carry myself?
It's just the way you carry yourself. You definitely
I think you
have...
and I, we've always been just confident.
But because we are similar, I understood that in a way. But you definitely didn't like me because at the time I had a nose ring because I thought I was, like, this little badass kid.
There's nothing wrong with nose rings. I wanted one for a little bit. But I just remember... in the time and place, having a nose ring at a sports practice, I was like, dude, you're like 14.
Yep.
You have a nose ring, and you showed up to practice with your nose ring in. Because I guess I didn't know, like, you can't really take it out.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this girl.
I mean, I could have taken it out if I wanted to.
Well, so that was my initial, I was terrible. And I was just like, this girl showed up to soccer with a nose ring. Interesting. And
what's your story? You got a nose ring? Oh.
So then what happened after that?
I don't know. I guess just...
I was going to say, I don't really remember.
I guess we got to know each other, and then we were kind of both bitches. So then bitches stick together, you know what I mean?
Like... Yeah, but we're nice people.
Yeah.
You just don't fuck with us.
I think that's a lot of girls.
Yeah.
Initially, you're kind of like, all right, I can understand you.
Yeah.
But and then you get to know somebody, and it
like,
really comes down to what your morals are. If you're a loyal friend.
Above all else, I swear, loyalty is number one. What you look for, friends, partners, anything, like loyalty. That's it.
Yeah.
I think we both have always held that to the highest standard, and held each other to the highest standard in that sense. Yeah. I think that's why we've stayed so close.
I don't know, from high school to college, we still hung out all the time. We would always go to Scranton or Delaware.
Or Ultra.
Or we went to Ultra together. Like, what?
See, I
look back and I'm like, how?
Well, I also look back and I'm like, Mom, Dad, what?
Yeah.
But I'm also grateful because, like, it's those things when you do get that independence and you learn situations, like, on your own.
You just see so much.
I've never admitted that I used to be, like, a
little badass?
No, like, I've never talked about, like, previous on, like, anything. Like, before I started vlogging, I kind of never went back, you know what I mean? So, to admit that I used to be a little EDM lover.
Yeah.
We used to be crazy.
I'm like, was that me? I look back and I'm like, wow.
I think that's the coolest thing. As when
different life?
Yeah, when you get older, you realize, like, how many phases you go through.
Right.
And, like, the little things that stick with you, like, the loyalty, the love for sports, like.
Yeah.
But we went through so many phases.
We did.
And that's why I was so excited to have you on, because you can tell some dirty secrets if you wanted to. You could literally.
If I wanted to.
You could expose the hell out of me.
Never.
Which I kind of want you to, though. No, like, I want you to, like, you give a background. Because obviously, I mean, literally, Ives, I think, knows me better than anyone.
I feel like I've gone through, like, everything with you. Mm-hmm. Since we were younger, you know, from high school to college to after college. And we've just always remained good friends throughout, even if we haven't.
Yeah, even if we haven't spoken, it was like if you ever needed someone, we automatically had each other.
Your Paramus phase, that was different.
That was something else.
You know, and then when you went to Fordham, saw you through all of that.
Oh, those weekends when you'd come visit. See, I wish I was vlogging.
And you visited me in Tampa.
Mm-hmm. I wish I was vlogging back then just to have the memories of the little things we did that, like, we would forget otherwise.
So crazy. Yeah, remember when, I'll never forget, I have the picture. You hid in a basket in the closet because an RA knocked on the door. And I was like, oh, what do? I don't go here.
So let's paint the picture. I went to Fordham University, and at this point, we had a campus in the Bronx and Manhattan. I was in the Bronx. So it was more of like a college feel. And we had dorms and everything, like in different buildings. So it was quintessential college. Maybe not as big, but it was college.
It definitely was.
And this was the freshman year, and obviously, well, I guess this is illegal. Anyways, everyone drinks in college. It's not like it's a shock, but there was like a little pregame or something in a room, and certain RAs would like come out for blood, and they'd want to like screw you over. And in Fordham, it was so strict. You could not, once you were caught, like it was just bad. So me, having the strict parents I have and everything, I was like, oh my God, they're going to find out all this stuff. And I was like, I'm not getting caught. If there's one thing that's happening tonight, I'm not getting in trouble. So knock on the door, and me, being my bright self, was like, I'm tiny. I can go hide in the closet, in the hamper, and they'll never find me.
Yep.
So Ari's like, all right, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I literally just hop in a hamper, throw like a towel over me. My like heels are sticking out, but like the towel is covering my face. And I just like
we have to find the picture.
I hid the stuff, like the clothes that were on hangers, over me, and I just stayed there silent. And I heard everyone get written up. And then I just popped out after. I was like, hey guys.
And you didn't get in trouble.
I was a shifty little one.
You were small enough to jump in that hamper. Oh God. That was great.
But yeah, so we have literally gone through everything. And
when we did go to Ultra, you ditched everyone we were with, including me. And I found you dancing.
Literally alone.
Alone, like just by yourself in a crowd.
Circle. There was just like a big circle with like people dancing alone, but like all in it was so strange. I will say, that was we were like really EDM girls at that point.
We were like wannabe EDM girls. We weren't like actually like hardcore, I'm going to a rave every day.
No, and we never did like the drugs, and we never made the candy, but somehow we bought some. And I remember I wore like the
headband. Like, who am I? I don't know.
I should pull up the pictures so they know what we're talking about on YouTube, I feel like.
Yeah. I think everyone around this area went through that phase.
Yeah, it was a very
Some were into it more than others.
Yeah. And
hey, to each his own. Bamboozle was our thing.
Can we talk about Bamboozle?
Somebody,
that's another thing.
Bring that back.
I think the first time I went, I was literally 13 or 14.
Yeah. That was my childhood. Alternative. That was me.
That's the other thing we always connected on. Our music taste.
The music
is the same.
was.
We still listen to all of that stuff.
Yep.
That's one thing I have to say. This area that we grew up in, and like
you
the stuff we got into, you drank so young that by the time we were in college,
it was.
I'd say we still kind of did in college, but the end of college, I was over drinking, and now maybe we'll have some wine and like whatever.
A wine glass at dinner, and that's it for me.
Or maybe a bottle, but like you won't.
A few.
You won't
glasses.
catch me at a bar taking shots unless it's like my best friend's birthday, or someone's like big celebration. Saturday night, I was on the floor with my dogs watching the fight with Kevin. Like, literally.
Also, that fight last night. What?
Oh my God!
It lasted for. If you paid for seconds. That, I'm sorry.
This is gonna come out after that, but yeah. So in this area, we definitely drank early, which is something I think we can touch on later because I think it's interesting and it's also terrifying.
Yeah.
Don't drink, kids.
That's why I don't like alcohol. I don't endorse it. And
I endorse good red wine. I do endorse good red wine. You guys, I'm sorry. This is extra all over the place today because I was so flustered. All over the place. I was so flustered not getting my headphones to work.
But that's the point of this, right?
Yeah, that is the whole point.
Going back to the area.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up. This is a little bit more of a serious topic, but it's something that we've been affected by so much, and we've known people. Like, in our area, drugs are such an epidemic, especially opioids, I would say.
Yeah.
And I would never think of it as, like, from the outside looking in, I would never be like, yeah, this, like, valley is riddled with people that are addicted or dealing with addiction to, like, painkillers.
It is very interesting to live through, like, you know, watching it all unfold, like, right before your eyes, and not really realizing when you're in it,
like the weight of it.
Yeah, like, how deep and how heavy that shit is. Really.
In high school, I remember vividly, I had classes where people would literally be, like, nodding out.
Yeah.
I was in a computer class, and I was good friends with him. We were typing or whatever, and he just kind of, like, went into a daze and, like, fell on his keyboard. And that was the first time I ever really was like, whoa.
Right.
I just remember being like, this is so much bigger than partying.
Yes.
Because when you're that young, it's
compute. Not registering in your head, like, I think that it has a lot to do with, like, to go really in depth and you know, get to the core of what the issues are. There's a lot of kids that around here who deal with pain.
Yeah.
And
serious pain,
like,
whether it's from family.
Whether it's family trauma, childhood trauma, you know, whatever you're going through when you're growing up and you feel like, I don't know, maybe you can't talk to your friends or you can't tell your family the way that you feel. Like, it could be very isolating. And it could be, and some people don't know, they don't have the outlet to deal, like, to know who to talk to, where to go. And that could be extremely sad. And ultimately, that's where a lot of the addiction comes from.
Yeah. And I think just having it readily available in this area.
Yes, the accessibility is, like, almost terrifying.
It's so concerning because I remember I'm so lucky enough to have never been enticed to, like, dabble in that or try it or even feel the need. Because I know sometimes people did it out of, like, a feeling of wanting to escape a certain situation or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's terrifying. And I'm also shocked at how many people in the area want to pretend like, no, it doesn't happen here.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Like, that's not a thing. And, like, sometimes I just want to shake them. And they're grown people that say this. And I'm like, I've lived through, I think,
when you see it for your own eyes.
4 people passing away that I've been close with, that I've known on a personal level.
Mm-hmm. And more, you hear more every day.
Yeah. And
just a few months ago, one of my, like a kid I went to kindergarten with, like pre-K. It's so eye-opening because it just becomes so real when you know somebody.
But at the same time, it feels so surreal because I'm like, what do you mean that they're gone?
Sometimes I think about the people who have passed away in this area, and, like, I just remember them from in high school, and I'm like, wow, you know, it sets in, like, they're not on this, they don't walk this earth anymore.
Like, they're actually gone.
Like, they're not here, and that's so.
It's surreal also
scary.
Because they were so young.
Mm-hmm.
So young. Like,
and I honestly believe that if more people who were going through, you know, that type of pain had the right outlet or were able to talk to a therapist, you know, just somebody who could at least ease some of that suffering, it would just create so much more light in their life.
And just another possibility for them not to fall too deep into it.
Right.
But I didn't know we were taking this turn, but honestly, knowing what I know now and being, like, we're both 25, looking back and knowing that, like, teachers in school would, like, glaze over and, like, kind of ignore things. And, like, the warnings that someone's 13, 14 in freshman year, they're not thinking about, you don't think about things the same way. Like,
no, your mindset in high school, I feel like, is
friends are the biggest
is a
thing in the world.
Yes, like everyone, your reputation,
your social status.
Yeah, who you are to other people
I can't
is
imagine,
what matters.
Actually, I can't imagine what it would be like now with the social media being so prevalent.
I've heard nothing but horror stories. It's worse.
Instagram started when we were in high school, but like
no one was on it.
No one was on it except like us posting pictures
because of photography.
Because we were
like
always
that's what people thought it was back then. That's
all it was.
That's what Instagram was when it first started.
There were no hierarchies. It was just like, hey, I got some cool snapshots. I don't want to show you them.
And it was never pictures of yourself.
No, I used to take pictures like my textbooks.
It was like the trees outside,
like doodles I did in class. Like if you scroll all the way down to my Instagram, Layne, go follow it. You will see like the first picture I ever posted with those crazy ass filters you used to have. Sorry, I'm getting off topic again, but what I was saying was like
all over
the place, baby. I'm shocked at some of the teachers that didn't step in.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like,
or not step in, but kind of talk to the kid one-on-one. Don't report them. Don't like do it. But like you see someone struggling like that. Yeah. Maybe it's not their job, but it's also like, how do you see that every day and you just, not my you know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like as a teacher back then, like they could have, we don't know if they would, tried to talk to them.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of those people weren't receptive to any type of
authority
figure telling them.
Yeah, that's true.
But
it's, I guess, and you know what? They probably did try to tell, like, family in some cases, and maybe that just didn't pan out. It's honestly heartbreaking. Like, I literally could cry thinking about I don't know who you knew most recently, but, like, our, like, really good mutual friend.
Oh, yes.
Like, thinking about that, I randomly will, like, he'll pop into my mind, and I just, like, start crying.
Yeah.
Because that's surreal. Like, thinking about, like, this person is no longer...
Yeah.
Just around. Oh, God, this got so dark. Sorry, but it's true. Like,
but, I mean, the reason why it is good to talk about it is because I think a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
And if you ever feel like that or listen, therapy changed my life. And I just think that if more people went to therapy and learned, like, nobody teaches you. Your parents obviously do a good job raising you.
Yeah.
Like...
Or the best they can. This is another thing. Or a lot of times, like, they're learning as they're parenting. Like, they've never been a parent before. Maybe you have siblings, but, like, each kid's different. So each parenting, each kid is going to be different. And I think...
They do the best they can.
And you and I are big on perspective. Like, you always have to put yourself in someone else's shoes and be like, okay, why are they acting like this? Or why are they maybe reacting in this way? And once you learn, like, wow, like, they had a different upbringing than I have, and... everything, like, you start to learn more because
the way that the reason why, I mean, I've obviously dug deep into that. The reason that, you look at your parents and you're kind of like, why are you the way that you are, is because they grew up different than you did.
Absolutely.
So they have some childhood trauma.
Absolutely.
So you almost have to look at your parents and have some type of sympathy for the way that they grew up.
And feel empathy towards, like, listen, I don't know exactly what you went through. You have to, like...
It's just
there's
some
so
kind
much
of...
to it.
There's, just some kind of mutual understanding, like, okay, I get it. I get why you,
And, like,
and I know you try to do your best.
And you have to be like, listen, I understand there's going to be shortcomings. Everyone's going to mess up sometimes. Everyone's going to...
Not everyone is perfect.
Yeah. No, literally no one's perfect.
And you can't have that resentment towards... your family forever.
The other thing is when you hold it and, like,
forgive.
You have it, it hurts you more than it hurts anyone else.
And then guess what? When you go to have children, you're gonna take your trauma and put it on them. So the best way that I think, everything could be resolved is to heal yourself first.
And you found that through therapy.
And
the best way.
Yeah, and I definitely think I turned my life around, my perspective, everything, through spirituality, for sure.
You've always had a good perspective, but that doesn't mean that
because
anyone's done growing. You know what I mean?
No, never. I don't think anyone is ever done growing.
Absolutely.
Or mature
or learning
enough to say, I know this better than, whoever else. Everyone has their own perspective.
I think that's one of the biggest downfalls of people's, like, the arrogance of being like, well, I know what I'm
educated.
Yeah. Or not even that, just like, I know what I'm doing is right. You know what I mean? Because you can know what you're doing is right, but until you look at other perspectives too and understand, like, maybe for somebody else what you're doing
what works
isn't.
for you may not work for somebody else. In every facet of life.
Absolutely. We're just talking really vaguely right now.
Yeah. But if you get it, you know.
Yeah.
And if not, you're exposed to it.
Also, I want to make it super clear, like, on the vlogs, I put
highlight reel.
Best foot forward, highlight reel, like, all of the happiest times for sure. Like, my dad and I cooking and my mom and I, like, doing other things. But there's always going to be things that you guys don't see. And it's
important to know that.
And it breaks my heart because I've gotten a few comments where it's like, I wish I had your family and, like, you guys are so close-knit. And yes, we are close-knit, and I feel immensely blessed, and I'm so grateful. But there, of course, are times when it's not great, and it's not this, like, video-worthy experience. And I just hope people fully realize that. And
know that.
Yeah.
Just because it looks like, Layne has she's blessed to be able to travel everywhere and to live the life that she does. And her family is amazing, but it also is it makes other people, I think, have so much more respect for you when you are real about,
just
like,
open.
Nothing is perfect.
Oh, I always talk about that. Well, this is the one thing, because my mom loves cars, and she never had a car growing up. Her dad was like, you buy whatever car you can have any car you want as soon as you can buy it yourself. So that is something she takes immense pleasure in now, and buying nice cars. And she's been graceful and sweet enough to like, my mom and dad, to let me borrow their cars, but I don't have my own car. And people always be like, oh my God, you have such a nice car. And I'm like, no, like, that is not my car. I am allowed to drive it, but I don't know how to, like, this is always the example I use. I'm just like, yes, it's my parents, and I'm lucky enough to use it, but not for 1 second I want you guys thinking that, like, because people have made comments, and, like, yeah, I take my dad's car when I go pick up my grandmother in the city because she doesn't have a license herself, so we go pick her up, but, like, it's not my car, and I don't know how to portray that.
I think that's also...
Or, like, be honest enough.
That's also a misconception of you. And I think that people don't know that.
Yeah.
I think people who look at you and they think that you have it all.
Oh, and they think the whole traveling thing, like, I still live at home, which there's nothing wrong with. Right. But that's an expense that I'm lucky enough to not have. And that's maybe why I can travel. Like, I wouldn't be traveling this often. There's just a lot of things I think are kind of left, like, unsaid.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you're vlogging.
Yeah.
I think, people see obviously what you want them to see.
What I show them, yeah.
Exactly.
Although I show you guys a lot.
That's true to every vlogger and every Instagram model and, everyone who is an influencer on some type of social media platform. You only see what they want you to see. Mm-hmm. You don't see when they're sitting in their...
Oh, when I'm having a straight breakdown because, like, nothing's going right. The videos aren't doing well. People only watch the videos from their country. And then I'm like, well, they don't care about me. They care about when I'm in a place. And there's a lot to it.
Yes.
And, like, there's a lot that I don't say. And that's why I'm excited to share on this podcast. And, like, once I start getting your guys' feedback, really talk about the topics.
And those are emotions that people who... others look at and think that they have everything.
They don't feel them. Like,
those people also are hurting.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean just because
you can't show people.
Right.
Or you can, but
they suffer
it's almost
in silence. you know?
Although I always talk about it with, like, you and everyone, so.
Right.
Luckily.
But you have friends like, me who can listen to you and understand you. Some people don't have that. Yeah. And it's sad. And I think that's why a lot of people are online, because you can reach out to other people when you don't feel heard or,
That's what I love. I love when you guys message me, and, like, you guys know I answer every message, and I try to genuinely create relationships. And there are a few people I know, like JT, he's from India. We talk every week. Like, every week.
That's so
it's like,
awesome.
Hey, how are you? He's like, had a job interview and all this stuff. And he'll be like, I'm just so grateful. And I'm like, I'm so grateful because you listen to me. And it's just another, I think social media, it's such a double-edged sword. Like,
100%.
There are great things about it, and there are negative things to it. But for me, it's all about focus on the good. Like, that's been my motto and my mantra. Like, I tell myself every day, focus on the good. Focus on the good. Focus on the good. Take in the negatives and, like, cope with them and, like, go through it.
Let them make you stronger.
But focus on what is positive. Because the second you lose sight of what's actually going well, everything just becomes negative. And you tune into the negative over the positive, and it's just...
Yeah. I'm such I'm huge on energy.
Yeah.
And being positive in your life, no matter what you're going through, has so much more of a meaningful impact than staying in the negative.
Okay, so do you believe in, like, manifestation?
I manifest every day. If you can visualize your reality, I think that you can make it happen.
It does become it.
And you know what? If some people don't believe in that, that's fine.
That's fine.
To each his own. Again, but anyone, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I read some books, and everyone that I follow or aspire to be like has some type of spirituality, like, in their life. And every single one of them talks about, even millionaires and billionaires who have they got fired from their job when they were 20 and created their own business, will tell you, if you manifest your reality and you set out, and now you have to take those steps to get there. You're not just going to sit there and...
You don't sit there all day and, like, manifest. I think about it.
I'm going to visualize my life to be something and then not act upon it. Yeah. You definitely have to put your foot forward and, keep on fighting, and there's never going to be...
This is what you do to win.
Yes, here's a ladder to success. That's not how it happens. You have to be knocked down a few times and get back up, And
it's all about, like, not only in, like, business and everything, it's in, like, relationships, everything.
It's not about in your life.
It's not about, like, the downfall. It's not about the fight. It's not about the argument. Climb. No, it's about how you... So that you've been dealt this, like, what seems like a bad hand. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah. Like, what are you going to do after that? How are you going to handle it? How are you going to, like, come up from it? And I think it's so easy to get, like... I mean, just, what was it?
In your
last week. Yeah, no, I got so down on myself because I'm like, these videos aren't doing well. Or, like, the turkey vlogs. Like, I thought they'd do so much better because it was some of my favorite editing. But it just doesn't do well. And I'm like, okay, but you need to just, like, you don't stop. I took a month off, though, and that really messed me up. Sorry, I'm just mentally...
But you're back.
No, I'm back. I'm back, and I'm on a schedule now.
And better than ever.
No, literally, and now I'm on a schedule, and I feel more motivated and more, other than this little... the mess up in the beginning with my headphones. Other than that, like, everything's been going great because I'm like, okay, you're going to go after this, you're going to do this, and you break them into steps, and it's just...
Yeah. When people say, like, do you meditate? Or, some people are like, what? What do you mean? How can you sit there and be with your thoughts? I honestly can't do that. And I'm like, what?
That's all I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget that, like, people aren't as in their head as I am, maybe.
I think people are too in their head, and they don't know how to sit with themselves. And you look to so many distractions.
Yeah.
To, what can I be doing? Or, I don't feel productive sitting there and listening to my own thoughts. Well, that's very productive.
Well, it's also, like, you are, as much as you have your support system, you are the only person at the end of the day, like, you really... have, like, you can listen and be listened to, but, like, if your mind isn't in the right state, that is detrimental to you.
you have to be able to sit with your own thoughts and to analyze, like, oh, why do I think the way I think? Is it because I believe this? Or is it because I was taught to believe this?
And I was told that, like, this is...
And I was told this is the only way.
Well, that applies to so many things in life.
Like, you are your own person. Your environment influences you. Your parents are your first education system. Mm-hmm. Then you go to school. Your schooling has so much influence.
Sometimes that scares me because some of these
on the way that you think, And I was always taught, question everythtle.
Me too.
Don't believe what somebody tells you to be the only way.
Like right away. Yeah.
Or the right way, No,
absolutely. And I think our parents, and if there's one thing you take away from the podcast, I think that should be it.
Yes. Don't believe what anyone tells you.
For face value. Be curious to investigate and like learn a little more.
Yes.
And make up
do your own research
and make your own decision. Actually, someone just posted that on Facebook about like politics, which obviously politics
that's exactly what I was thinking in my head.
Wait, did you see it?
No.
Oh, okay.
But that's what comes to mind is
people are so quick to jump on memes and Twitter and someone thinks this that I know, so that's what I should think because
right. And
that's the right thing.
That could not be the farthest thing from the truth. Just because somebody, it could be your own mom, it could be your dad, it could be, your brother, your sister, whoever, that believes a certain way, that this is the right way. Whether it's politics, it's teaching children how to act. Mm-hmm. It's being a parent. Like, everybody, when two people come together or multiple people, what's so cool is that everybody's so unique and everybody thinks differently, but be able to sit and listen to somebody else who maybe that you don't agree with, but have respect for that person. Because they're able to think that way. And that's what America is. Yeah. Hello. Everyone is able to think what they want to. And no one else is able to tell somebody else that you can't think that way.
But people are trying to do that right now, which terrifies me.
People are influencing others to only, believe what they believe. And I think that's crazy.
It is.
I think that's also so messed up.
But, like, where's the growth? If everyone is just, like, think this way, believe this, like, you need opposing values and input to be able to evolve and grow. And, on that note, let's do our little all over the place questions. I like to break it up. I know we've been pretty serious most of this podcast.
What's up, guys? K-Dives here on the ones and twos. Just waiting for Layne. Oh.
I feel like I'm going to have you on again.
Give the people what they want.
Well, one, yes, and two,
am I right?
The beginning of this podcast made me so flustered. I didn't even go through any of the questions that I prepared, so we'll have to redo that. But a quick rapid fire questions. So you just answer.
Okay.
The all over the place rapid fire questions. New York City or LA?
New York City.
Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Winter or summer?
Ooh. Summer.
Spring or fall?
Fall.
Tea or coffee?
Oh, you can't do that to me.
Wait, really? I thought we've always had the same understanding on this.
Tea.
Kate and I have always bonded over tea. Like, I don't know how else to put it, but that's a sponsor I need. Some tea, because anyways.
Teavana? Or they don't exist. Starbucks. No.
No.
I love coffee, too.
Dogs or cats?
Oh, dogs.
Oh, wait, yes! Okay.
Times have changed.
Times have changed because when Kate and I first met, she had an adorable cat, Oreo.
Yes.
I always hated cats. Oreo's the only one I liked.
Oreo acted like a dog. So.
Yes. But I remember being like, you're a cat person.
Yeah, you were like, ew.
And that was another thing, but we're best friends. But I was just like, I don't like cats.
I like my cat, but
I actually loved your cat.
Rest in peace, Oreo.
Rest in peace, Oreo.
Loved him.
Oh, he used to get all...
He had 6 toes.
All right, vacation or travel?
Oh, travel.
Oh, did I just... Okay.
Travel.
Introvert or extrovert?
I'm both. I'm
an introverted extrovert.
But I can be an extroverted person.
No, I would say you're an extrovert, but you're an introverted extrovert, maybe. Because you used to just be an extrovert.
Yeah. But now I'm introverted.
Now we're mature.
Yeah.
Okay, pancakes or waffles?
Oh, pancakes.
Morning or night?
Oh, these are like difficult.
I know.
Because I love to wake up and like be productive.
Yeah.
But I also love night.
Just pick one.
Okay. Night.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Oh, vanilla.
Book or movie?
Ooh, a movie.
Comedy or horror?
A horror.
Almond milk or coconut milk? Actually, this is dated. I like oat milk the best, but...
Oat milk for sure.
Okay, neither.
Neither.
Oh, did you say neither or neither? I said neither.
Will you also say exactly?
Exactly?
Instead of exactly.
What?
Whatever.
I know I've been told I say mascara weird.
Yeah, you do.
What do you say?
Mascara.
But I just said mascara.
You say it weird.
What the... Apples or oranges?
Apples.
Play sports or watch sports?
Play sports.
Duh. Leather or lace?
Oh. Lace.
Snapchat or Instagram?
Instagram.
Pasta or pizza?
Pasta.
Breakfast or dinner?
Dinner.
So normally I stop there, but since it's Kate, I just want to know some more because I have some more questions.
Oh, God.
Rocket Power, Rugrats?
Rocket Power.
Stranger Things or Black Mirror?
Haven't watched either.
I think we have to stop there. You haven't watched either?
No.
Either?
Black or white?
Black.
Black.
I mean, I obviously can't choose because I'm indecisive, but normally my nails are half black and half white, but... All right. City or suburb?
Ooh, suburb.
Last one. Cake or ice cream cake?
Ice cream cake, duh.
Oh, I like cake. Regular cake.
Ew, I hate cake.
Who hates cake?
Me.
Okay. Well. Anyways, geez, I feel like...
It's been real.
Yeah. If there was one more topic that you would like to get across, or you would like to leave them with, one last word of wisdom from you.
Go to therapy.
You know, I haven't. I mean, you've always been my therapist. I kid you not, though. But, yeah, I haven't.
I think you'd learn a lot.
You need someone that doesn't have a bias towards you.
Third-party perspective to be able to just break down all of the characters who play a role in your life, you know? Because everybody shapes you into who you are.
See, I've never done that. I did have a roommate once in college that was like, you should. Granted, she did a lot of drugs, but she was like, you should go to therapy. And I was like, because I used to always, that's for another story when we have Kev on, but like 1 year in college, it was really hard because we went to separate colleges and I like went through it. I don't know what was up, but I would like always bring it up. And she was like, I think you should probably go to therapy, like talk to someone about it that can like dissect whatever. But that's the other thing. I think a lot of people have reservations about therapy. Yeah, and I don't understand.
I just think that like the stigma of, you know, somebody, I guess, I don't know what it is, if people think you're crazy or if people think there's something.
Who's not? Like, who isn't?
Exactly. If it's like, oh, there's something wrong with me if I go. No. You actually find out so much about yourself that you've never even known before.
And there's nothing wrong with you. You're taking a step to better yourself and to understand yourself better.
It's more of like...
I feel like it's completely flipped.
If you want to have some emotional, intelligence and really understand who you are, maybe if you're lost and you don't know who you are and you feel like you've always been influenced by other things or your environment or whoever's in your life, then it's perfect for you to do.
I agree. And, you know, maybe I should go. I haven't been. I literally have never been. But I've thought about it.
My biggest piece of advice is you have to go to somebody who, you like. Like, there's
that you can
people
be open
who
with.
go to therapy and they hate the therapist that they're talking to, and then they never go to therapy again.
Huh.
That's like, okay. If you go to a doctor and you don't like that doctor, are you going to keep going to that doctor?
Well, on like an
Probably not.
on an easier level, it's also like you go to a restaurant and you eat their food and you're like, this isn't good. I don't like it.
Are you going to go back?
Are you going to keep going back? No. You're going to find another restaurant.
You're going to find another restaurant. So find another restaurant.
That fits your palate.
Exactly.
All right. On that note, we were supposed to start working out like an hour ago.
Yeah. I need to work out.
Oh, that's another thing we didn't touch on, but I'm going to obviously have you back and we'll do a much more structured because whatever, this is all over the place, so it's fine. But
yeah,
the importance of exercise in our life.
If it's that's another form of therapy for me because if I don't do that,
my head is a scary place, and that's why I think I haven't gone to therapy. I use exerting myself physically as a form of therapy,
right?
But that can also only take you so far because you're not really dealing with emotions and talking about relationships. But
going to therapy is like working out your brain.
Yeah. And your inner
as opposed to going
thoughts.
to the gym and working out your body.
Which the dopamine that you get from working out, I'm shocked that everyone's not addicted to
God,
it.
and the clarity that you get from therapy it's just like, wow.
Yeah.
Just like I just crushed a workout in the gym.
It's the same feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But better.
Damn, see, I think I'm missing out. I probably am.
I could give you my
Maybe I won't be all over the place if I start going and figure some shit out. All right. Well, thank you for coming on. I'm sorry about in the beginning with the messed up.
Listen, it wouldn't be you if that didn't happen.
But I had like 3 other episodes that were great, and then all of a sudden.
At least it was me and not somebody else.
Yeah, thank God. Thank God it was you.
We'll have to do this again sometime.
Yes. That being said, if any of you guys would like to support the podcast, you can go to anchor.fm/LayneFable and support us monthly. Follow us on Instagram. I'll have all of Kate's stuff below. I really want.
Follow me.
I want all my friends to start YouTube channels. So
I
bad.
should really have one. Would you guys listen to it?
I literally could listen to you just sit and talk and tell stories.
I have so much to say. If anyone cares.
But that's my whole thing. No one cares.
Wait, no one cares.
The people. See, okay. Also, but like my thing is like it's not that deep as well as it is though. So maybe this podcast is deep, but the vlogs, I'm like it's not that deep. Don't take it so seriously.
Yeah, no one cares.
We really are flipping back and forth because I'm like
it's ironic.
Yeah, I'm like no one cares.
Life is ironic.
But everything is it though? I had a professor once that was like things aren't as ironic. Everyone just uses ironic. That's not the right term.
Okay, well fuck your professor.
Okay, well. On that note.
No, I'm just kidding.
No. All right. I love you guys. If you made it this far on the YouTube channel, leave the little, what's your favorite emoji?
The purple devil.
The purple smiling devil. God, that's the best one. Leave that in the comments if you made it this far. And yeah, we'll see you on the next episode. I'm definitely going to have Kate back and we'll have a little more coherent. So that being said, leave any questions you have for Kate in the comments. Ives. Why am I?
Yes. Kate Ives.
Yeah. I still call you Ives. Leave the questions in the comments, and if you're
Let me know.
if you're listening on Anchor, you can leave me a voice message, and we can even put it into the next episode. All right. I love you guys.
Peace.
I'll see you next. That was the messiest one I think I've ever done.
Okay, but it's probably the best.
But honestly, I like that we got like into good topics.
I think everyone's gonna be like, holy shit.